Well, we're really excited about this because we've all heard that there's money to be found out there, and we understand you know how to get it done. So,
absolutely.
Well, you are actually a nurse. How did you come to write this book, Missing Money?
Well, I was working in the recovery room, and one of the nurses I work with told me about this, and I kind of rolled my eyes and I said, oh my God, are you gullible? There is no way something like this is real. I'm going to check this out. I'm going to show you where the scam is. And very much in a place of ego, because I thought I was smarter than she was. And I ended up finding 2 listings for my father, who died indigent in 2001. I filled out the paperwork, which is a little bit more involved when there's a death. And about 5 weeks later, I had a check in my hand for over $2,500. I became a believer.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
And it started out as a hobby, and then when I found a listing for one of the other nurses upstairs, she was practically in tears when I told her about it. She said, "Mary, I've been getting calls and letters from all these attorneys and businesses saying I have all this money out there, but they all want a lot of money to help me get it. One guy wants $700, another one wants $2,100. I was determined to find this on my own, but I didn't know where to begin." And I said, I will help you. And I thought, she's probably not alone. There's probably a lot of people who don't know where to begin. And it started out to just be my search tips, but I kept finding additional places beyond just the state unclaimed property sites. And that's how the book came to be.
Now, with this little book, do you also have a website now that, people can go to, or?
Absolutely. It's the littlebookofmissingmoney.com.
Okay.
And when people go there, they can get a copy of the first chapter, which is finder's fees to pay or not to pay. As I had just mentioned, my friend was getting solicited by professional finders who wanted a lot of money. And my goal is to do everything I can to help people avoid paying that finder's fee.
Well, that's interesting. I was also, because we're in the financial planning business, as you know, and I was something that came to mind, when people, a lot of people buy life insurance as part of their investment plans, and family doesn't know that they've purchased this. So how do they find out if a loved one actually had any life insurance?
That's such a great topic. Life insurance and unclaimed property has been in the news a lot over the last couple of years. Let me give you some background here. What came to light was the life insurance companies were using the Social Security Death Master File to determine when an annuitant died and they could stop making payments. But they weren't using the very same database to determine when a policyholder died and they needed to make a payment to the beneficiary. So there were multi-state lawsuits. They've changed their practices now. But yes, if you don't let your family know about it, they're not going to be surprised when you die because they're not going to know that it's there. One of the things they can do if they think that there was a life insurance policy is go through the records, look for any type of payment to an insurance company, look for any 1099 interest forms from an insurance company. If they can contact the life insurance agents for other things they have, like homeowners or car insurance, maybe they have something through there. A source that's often overlooked is sometimes credit cards have accidental death and dismemberment benefits, but you have to know to look for it. You have nothing to lose by calling them to ask about it if that's the case. And there are some companies that will do a professional search for you. But once again, it's not 100%. The best thing to do is make sure your family knows about it. And something people can do right now is update your beneficiary information. So many times people, people move, they have a new telephone number. Maybe the person that's listed on your policy as the beneficiary is an ex-spouse or some other person that you don't want to have it. Or maybe it's somebody who's already died, in which case most of the time that money then gets turned over to their estate.